Hi everyone, Wathany Turtano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Booty Tape from Ugly God. Ugly God is a Texas-based rapper and a 2017 XXL freshman who's been turning a lot of heads over the past year or so with some pretty big internet hits, most notably the very viral Water. I splash on your bitch with the water, splash on your bitch like water, splash on your bitch with the water, 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 water. This guy has a lot of push, he has a lot of hype, he has a lot of attention. However, all that attention is sort of centered around this handful of songs that have done pretty well online. He, up until this point, has not had a sizable album or mixtape to speak of, until now, with the Booty Tape. Now, from the material I've heard from this guy so far, I think Ugly God has potential. He's kind of eccentric, he has a sense of humor, he approaches song topics in kind of a weird, quirky, left-field way sometimes. He drops a lot of crazy, self-deprecating bars, and he's not just simply one of these completely flowless and rhythm-deficient mumble rappers most of the time. And that's the thing, Ugly God is kind of inconsistent. Not every single he's been dropping over the past year or so has been heat, and also, case in point, just look at the vast difference in quality between his XXL freestyle and his XXL cypher performance, which sounded like a test he didn't study for. So, I don't know, I just went into this new tape hopeful, hoping that Ugly God would either figure out a way to transcend his meme status in the rap realm, or actually prove that he is the clown that hip-hop needs right now. And honestly, the Booty Tape does neither. I mean, this thing is 10 mostly mediocre tracks, the best of which we've actually heard already. I mean, Water is on this thing, and being excited to hear Water at the very end of the Booty Tape is like being excited to hear Hotline Bling at the end of Views. I mean, not only that, but the song's days are numbered. I mean, it's a viral hit, it's a big song, but I mean, half of the lyrical references on this thing are going to be irrelevant or nearly irrelevant in the next 2 to 3 years. It's a fun song, but its shelf life is obviously going to be short. Though I do like the recently released track Fuck Ugly God on this thing. It's this amazing, embarrassing diss track to himself. I've never heard such a thing before. It's really revealing and funny and clever, but you know, leave it to a guy named Ugly God to make that sort of thing happen. Sadly, the rest of the tape isn't really graced with the same stroke of unforeseen genius. None of the song topics on this thing are nearly as interesting, with maybe the exception of the very demeaning and very mean-spirited Stop Smoking Black and Milds, which is almost too mean of a song. Every single bar on this thing is meant to just mercilessly put down this girl for being trashy, as if Ugly God is one to talk. But another issue I have with the track is that it's one of many cuts on this thing that runs really short, feels pretty underwritten, kind of attention deficient. It's like almost each song on this thing is based off of a joke that gets really not funny really fast, kind of like a Vine that goes on too long. For example, the song LDC, which stands for Little Dick Click. Ugly till I die, I rep that little dick click, which I think is a hilarious chorus. I think is a hilarious song idea, which almost has infinite possibilities. Well, you know, maybe not infinite possibilities, but certainly more possibilities than what Ugly God actually presented here. You really could have thrown any chorus on this track, assembled them with these verses, and you would have nearly the same result. The supposed concept is gold. Ugly God just doesn't do anything with it. For the most part, I mean, this thing is kind of just generic filler trap. The beats are kind of spacey, they're kind of pretty. A lot of Ugly God's flows are very average and run-of-the-mill. Sometimes he drops a very lewd or a very nasty or a very kind of silly bar here and there, but it's all just kind of loose change. It doesn't add up to much, and even when it does, putting it out there is about as embarrassing as just taking 2 fat pocketfuls of quarters and slamming them down on the counter at the convenience store to pay for some shit. There's just a lot of material on this thing where Ugly God comes off really average or just straight boring. I'm a Nasty Hoe, Like a Maverick, the song Bitch as well, and Ugly God and Wiz Khalifa is one of the most awkward and unnecessary rap pairings I've heard this year. On the whole, there's nothing really all that great or exciting about this tape, to be completely honest. It just kind of sounds like Ugly God didn't put in the amount of effort required to really build up a satisfying 10-track project. He just padded it out with these forgettable songs, which are more miss than they are hit, and that's kind of it. You know, I think maybe going forward, Ugly God should just continue to focus on just putting together strong singles, because in the internet age, in the age of streaming, in the age of viral music videos on YouTube, I think there is a lane for a more singles-based rap artist. I mean, singles are exactly how Ugly God got to this point in the first place, so why fix what's not broken, I guess? And sure, at some point in the future, I would be interested to hear an album or a tape or whatever from Ugly God, but only if he puts the same amount of effort into each song, rather than just packing the track list out with filler. I'm feeling a strong 4 to a light 5 on this thing. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Next to my head over here is a review of the new Amine album, also a XXL freshman. You can click on that, check out that video, or you can click on the link to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I will catch you guys in the next video. You're the best. Bye!